2 US carriers, missiles loaded, orders pending. Washington says it's ready for a highly kinetic war with Iran. Tehran says there is no such thing as a limited strike. Diplomacy ticks on in Switzerland, but both sides are on alert. So, will the next move be a deal or the first shots? The United States has positioned its military for a full-scale war with Iran. 2 aircraft carriers are now converging on the Middle East, backed by additional destroyers, fighter aircraft and air defense systems in the largest American military buildup the region has seen in years. Dana Stroul, a former senior Pentagon official, told Fox News Digital that the force posture left little room for interpretation.
The U.S. military is ready for a sustained, highly kinetic campaign, should President Trump order it. It is not a question of military readiness, but a political decision.
The USS Gerald R. Ford, which had been heading home, was ordered to turn around and is now transiting back toward the region. The USS Abraham Lincoln is already holding position in the Arabian Sea. The current buildup exceeds what Washington deployed during its June 2025 strikes on Iranian nuclear infrastructure, a 12-day operation that took out half of Iran's missile arsenal.
They are attempting to slow this down by pursuing negotiations.
No one should be under any illusions about the reality of U.S. dominance. Iran is completely outmatched in conventional terms.
Tehran's answer was swift and anything but restrained. Foreign Ministry spokesman Esmail Bakai was asked about Trump's statement that he was considering a limited strike. He did not flinch.
With respect to your first question concerning the limited strike, I think there is no limited strike. An act of aggression would be regarded as an act of aggression, period. And any state would react to an act of aggression as part of its inherent right of self-defense ferociously, so that's what we would do.
At the same briefing, Bakai ruled out any interim deal, saying Iran wanted a swift agreement focused on sanctions relief, not a temporary arrangement to buy time. A third round of indirect talks was expected within days, he said, even as Iranian forces remained on round-the-clock alert.
Iran does not benefit from protracted negotiations. Negotiations are useful for us when they lead to a result. Reason dictates that we act as soon as possible to remove sanctions.
A second round of indirect talks concluded in Switzerland on February 18th under Omani mediation. Whether the next round, scheduled on February 26th, produces a deal or the carriers get their orders is now the only question that matters.
The Middle East is once again edging toward confrontation. Beneath the rhetoric, defense analysts describe what they call an open secret. If war erupts, Iran is expected to target first. America's AN/TPY-2 radar systems deployed across Qatar, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Turkey. This is not conjecture. It is grounded in explicit warnings from Tehran and in strategic logic. Ali Shamkhani, advisor to Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, delivered a blunt message.
Any interventionist hand that gets too close to the security of Iran will be cut.
Diplomatic circles interpreted it as a warning to states hosting US missile defense infrastructure. Hamid Reza Mokaddam Farr, senior advisor to the IRGC commander, went further. In a live broadcast, he warned retaliation could strike not only US bases, but even UAE real estate linked to Donald Trump and his family, claiming such action would personally devastate him. Deterrence fused with political signaling. Tensions escalated after Trump's January 28th announcement of a massive armada heading toward Iranian waters, pressing for a new nuclear deal. Tehran viewed the move as coercion. Then rhetoric turned kinetic. After US airstrikes on Iranian nuclear sites in June 2025, Iran retaliated against Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. Forward-based US assets were no longer symbolic. They were active targets. Professor Mehran Kamrava later confirmed.
Iran has explicitly warned Doha and Riyadh it would retaliate against American targets in those countries.
At the center of this calculus sits the AN/TPY-2 radar. Developed by Raytheon Technologies, the high-resolution X-band system underpins the US ballistic missile defense system. It feeds tracking data to THAAD and Patriot interceptors, distinguishing warheads from decoys across flight phases. In forward-based mode, it detects missiles at ranges exceeding 3,000 kilometers, extending warning timelines by critical minutes. General Jack Keane emphasized,
"Without this radar, missile defense becomes very problematic."
AN/TPY-2 systems are deployed at Al Udeid in Qatar, across Saudi Arabia and the UAE, in Turkey's Malatya province since 2011 and in Israel. Only about a dozen exist worldwide. Each radar costs hundreds of millions of dollars, with replacement potentially exceeding US $500 million. Destroy one and intercept timelines shrink. Destroy several and the regional balance shifts. These radars support the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, THAAD, developed by Lockheed Martin. Each battery includes 6 launchers, up to 48 interceptors, fire control, and coverage of roughly 200 kilometers in radius. A single THAAD battery costs around US $1 billion. Without precise radar cueing, intercept probabilities fall sharply. Engagement windows narrow, discrimination degrades. Which is why Iranian doctrine reportedly prioritizes radar nodes over interceptor batteries. Iran possesses the region's largest ballistic missile arsenal, estimated at more than 3,000 missiles. Systems include Sejil, Emad, Ghada, Shahab-3, Khorramshahr, Khyber, and the hypersonic Fateh-1 unveiled in 2023. The Fateh-1 reportedly reaches Mach 13 to Mach 15. Major General Abdul Rahim Musavi framed the doctrine clearly.
By upgrading its ballistic missiles in all technical dimensions, Iran has been able to strengthen its deterrence power.
Iran calls its missile program non-negotiable. Reports suggest a strategy of saturation, blinding radars first, then launching follow-on barrages. The reported July 2025 destruction of a US early warning radar in Qatar reinforced that this vulnerability is not theoretical. The implication is stark. The region's missile defense equilibrium rests on a limited number of high-value sensors, all within range of Iran's expanding arsenal. Hosting US defenses enhances protection, but increases exposure. This is no longer hypothetical escalation. It is structural vulnerability. The open secret is no longer quiet. It is strategic reality.